Hey, what's going on, everybody? So finally getting around to Star Wars Squadrons. Let's just get right into it. So this game is centered around space combat and space battles, all of course in the Star Wars universe. And this has both a single player campaign and multiplayer modes. Let's start out with the single player campaign first because that's what I was more interested in when I did get this game. This game takes place after the Battle of Endor, or Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and you play as two different fighter squadrons. One of them is the New Republic's Vanguard Squadron, and the other the Galactic Empire's Titan Squadron. You do take control of characters on both sides of the fight of this battle, and it's cool to see like the different perspectives of both of them, and hearing the leaders of both sides of this, the leaders of the Republic, the leaders of the Empire, and just hearing what they both think of what's going on and what their plans are to attack and what's really going on behind the scenes. I think that was a really cool part of it that, you know, you can also easily just overlook because it's all about the space battles and you can just kind of focus in on that. But I thought it was nice to have some of that intel and information about what each side thought of what was going on in this fight. And there are really a lot of like those intricate details here for people that do want to really get into the plot. I think this is also very focused on Star Wars fans, especially people that are very into the canon. So if you are into that and you know the whole canon timeline, I think there is some stuff here for you. But of course, this is going to be all about the battles and how it feels to just go into combat and how it feels when you're flying around in these different starfighters. I do want to point out, you know, that this game is playable in VR, and I've heard a lot of people say that that's like their preferred way to play this, and they love playing in VR, they love the experience of it, and I haven't been able to try that out. And I also have heard of people playing, you know, with a joystick and kind of really getting that in-depth experience, and that sounds like a lot of fun too. So I'd love to try those out, but I'm going to specifically talk about just the gameplay itself as, you know, with the controller. This game is all done in the first-person perspective, so you're really there in the cockpit of these ships, of these starfighters. So you really have to like pin down where your enemies are, but also pin down what's around you. It's tough alone to try and kill these ships that are trying to kill you, but you also have to avoid so many different things that you're flying around, and you get a real feel for it, I thought. At first, maybe it is a little overwhelming, but once you get a good feel for the ships, some of them are slower, some of them are faster, you get to figure out the boost and transferring power more to the engines or more to the shields or more to like firepower. And it is a really good feeling once you get all that figured out and you kind of just go through the motions. You're not really thinking about what you're doing anymore because it becomes more natural. So when you're on the Republic side, you know, you have your X-Wing, your A-Wing, the U-Wing, B-Wing, Y-Wing, and, you know, they're different kinds of ships here. You know, some of them are more of the bomber types, some of them are defender types, some of them are like support ships, and then you have your attack ships. It has all the different kinds of classes, basically, of what you want to use. And with the Empire, you have the TIE Fighter, the TIE Interceptor, TIE Reaper, the TIE Defender, TIE Bomber. The same deal here. All of them are different classes, and so you just kind of have to figure that out and kind of get a feel for them and see which one that you like the best. And there's some interesting stuff going on. I feel like for the vast majority of people, they're not going to really care what's going on with the story itself. It's just, you know, let's get the talking over with and let's just go out into space and, you know, kill some people. Let's go blow up some ships. And it's really fun once you're out there. You know, I love the visuals of this game. The multiplayer, the single player, it doesn't matter what you're playing here. I think the visuals, and that's been a really big thing for EA's Star Wars games so far. You know, there's a lot of problems people have with these games, but I've always thought more than anything, the visuals, the music, just the Star Wars experience, they pull that off so well in all of them, and this is just another example of that. It feels so much like Star Wars. It really feels like you're just in the thick of it at all times, and I love that each mission had like a different look to it. They were all in a different location, basically. So there was some that had a lot more open space and you didn't have to worry about too much going on, but then there was others that were super crowded with all kinds of debris, or, you know, a bunch of other ships, but also a bunch of like satellites and just whatever happened to be around you. You had to figure out what to do each time. It was different. You couldn't just like be prepared about what was going to happen because you didn't really know what to expect. And then as for the multiplayer side of this game, you basically have two modes here, which is the dogfight mode and also fleet mode. I think I did prefer the normal dogfight mode, which is more of just like, you know, your typical team deathmatch or whatever. Whoever gets to 30 kills first wins. And then there's also the fleet mode, which is more of an objective based mode that's a little bit longer, but I think it kind of depends just on how good you're doing, how good the other team is doing. You might lose really fast or win really fast, but that is a little bit slower pace because, again, it is like multiple phases. That one was really fun too, but I think I did prefer the dogfight mode. But again, multiplayer was a lot of fun, single player was a lot of fun. A lot of it is still the same experience in both of them, the same feeling. You're just going out there, flying around, killing people, blowing people up, just having a lot of fun. It's just a really good time to just fly out there, especially for a game that was only $30, but now that it's on Game Pass, so you can play it for free, or, you know, if you have a subscription to Game Pass to play it without having to pay for it, full price. And that's just a really cool thing. I've actually really enjoyed the Star Wars games that have come out in the last few years. Again, I know the people that have complaints with the Battlefront series. I have yet to play Jedi Fallen Order all the way through, actually. I'm going to probably jump into that one next. But as for the experience I've had with those 4 games so far, Battlefront, Battlefront 2, 2, Fallen Order, and now Squadrons. I've enjoyed all of them a lot. There's not a single moment in any of these Star Wars games where I don't feel like it is Star Wars, it is in the Star Wars universe. I think maybe that's easy to nail down because Star Wars has been around for so long, they've done so many Star Wars games, but I do think they pulled it off so well with this one. I want to try it out in VR so badly, so I'm going to try to find a way to do that soon. But yeah, I don't know if there's too much more to say other than that. I guess I didn't mention it, but I think the single player campaign is around like 6 to 8 hours or so. It's not a super short campaign, so if that's something that you want to play and you're not interested in the multiplayer, maybe you'll get enough out of it from that. And so there is a lot of gameplay there in terms of just the single player campaign. I know some people, it's either or sometimes. I think some are only interested in the single player and other people are only interested in the multiplayer. So it's always good that you have both of those options. And I think you will get a lot out of both of them. So if you've been playing this game, I would love to hear what you thought about it. I still have a lot of faith in these Star Wars games coming out, and it seems like they're on the right track right now. So I hope that continues. So thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great week out there, everybody. I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, take care.